as soon as I hit go live and it does a countdown, sirens start coming. We literally live in the country, so I have no idea like what or why. I went to the gym this morning and already got that knocked out of the way. Came back home, showered, and got protein powder and some Trinfit. Gonna mix that up so I can like get something to drink. Say hey when you're hopping on. We're gonna do a OFIR live today. So Adam is taking me on a surprise date today. So I don't know where we're headed, and we're gonna go do something fun together. And so I'm gonna get ready for that. And I thought it would be fun to get ready together. So just like everything on the internet, you know, like it's like, oh, that's so sweet. I will tell you, like there have been like seasons where like it looks really fun on the internet. We're like, oh, there's like a fun date going on or whatever. But I think when you have 4 kids and you have all these other things, like we go through challenges in our relationship just like everyone else does. And so I think it's really important to take like specific time to reinvest into the people you love. And so that's what we're doing today. So he's surprising me with a little day date and like surprise date. And so I'm gonna get ready. Say hey when you're hopping on. OFIR is going to give a giveaway for this video. So what that means is you share this video, tag your friends, and we are gonna, OFIR is gonna let you pick like whatever your favorite product is. So share and comment, and that's how they'll pick the winner. Okay, we're gonna get going. So far I'll show you what I have on, and you can tell me what you think. I don't know, I may or may not end up staying in this, but it's like a little cute denim skirt, black bodysuit, and that was kind of like, so I don't know if I need to be dressy. He was like, you can dress up or you can be casual. It's just cold. And I'm like, great. So I'm going to wear a jacket with whatever, but I thought this would be a fun one to be like, okay, so I'm going to do like a fun eyeshadow look, but kind of keep it, I don't want to look like too flashy. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. Look at this, almost out. If you've never tried OFIR's Dewy Primer, it's so good on your skin. All right, so I just rubbed this in. It's gonna give your makeup a base to sit on and make it to where your makeup doesn't just like sink in. It gives you something for it to sit on top of, and then it fills in all those like fine lines, those your pores, wrinkles, any of those little areas, and it just gives you like a more smoother finish. So I love the Dewy Primer. They also have a matte primer if you are more prone to oily skin. They have a matte, and it's so good as well. All right, so I started working out recently. It hasn't been long. Today was my 6th workout. It has been like 10 years since I've probably worked out 6 times or more than 6 times in a year. I could not move today. I should have like downed a whole bottle of water. I like came home, rushed, showered, and then I need to be sure I put deodorant on. I don't think I have deodorant on yet. I'm gonna do that while we're here, because you know what would be the worst thing to do is surprise date. And I keep deodorant up here. I have deodorant in my car, but we'll probably take his truck. And I have deodorant in my, obviously in my bathroom. I literally am like the worst to be like frazzled, and I don't want to forget deodorant. I'll be like, what does that smell? And it's like, oh no, it's me. So sorry OFIR, but we're going to go ahead and deodorize, because that'll be the worst way to spend your day. It gives me a second for my primer to dry. Okay, we're going to use Coriander today. If you've never tried their foundation, it's so good. It is the foundation out of all foundations I've ever used that I get the most amount of real life compliments. Like people asking like, do you airbrush your skin? Or do you like, what kind of makeup do you use? It just gives you, like I get compliments online. I feel like in a picture, even sometimes like the new iPhones and everything, sometimes in a picture you're like, I'm looking good. And then, or sometimes you look at a picture and you're like, I felt good today. And then I saw a picture of myself. So who knows? But you know what I mean? But in like real life, like I have no filters on my videos or anything. And I just get the most amount of compliments. It is so good for maturing skin as well. It doesn't settle in lines and wrinkles. It actually has anti-aging products in the makeup. I typically use about a pump, like a pump and a half, somewhere in between there. And then if you need just a tiny little bit more, add more. But this product actually does better. Like less is best. So anyways, this is the shade Coriander. I am self-tanned right now, so I'm a little darker than my not self-tanned self. And so I have a lighter shade and a darker shade, and sometimes I will even mix them. Like if I'm fading tan, I'll, you know, put a little bit of both. So you can, if you're in between seasons right now, if you have like, this is my tan color and this is my pale color, you can always custom like match your foundation by adding a little bit of both as well. I mean, this color match is great for me, but if you're somebody who self-tans, like I do, like I am unfortunately not this shade forever. I will fade and then I will tan back up. So that has helped me to not have to be like having tons of foundation, is I'm like, oh, I think I need a little darker, a little bit of a darker one. OFIR said our foundation is so natural looking, even on ancient skin like mine. It really is so good. Okay. Now, I have real human skin. I have pores. I have, you know, like, you can see. But it looks so good on. All right. I even told her earlier. Hang on. Let's migrate. So Lexi Kate is 11. She went to a friend's house. I know for sure she took my mascara, so I'm probably going to do waterproof in a minute. And then earlier, like last night, I was like, hey, I saw you've got that OFIR concealer in there. And I was like, don't forget to bring that back to your mother. Sorry, friends. We're going glam. So welcome to being a mom. Do you feel like your kids just take all your things? They always take the good stuff. You're like, hey, that's mine. Okay, sorry. All right. Okay, we're going to go in with the shade Silk. This is a lighter shade, and I'm just going to go in. Hang on. I thought I saw fuzz. Okay, just like that. Just adding a little bit. Actually, I'm going to go a little on my like forehead and chin as well. Okay. Yes, my kids, they take everything. They really do. All of different things, but she for sure is like in the phase of skincare. She's like, that's what she uses her report card money for. She wants like makeup, skincare, and that's kind of her thing. I'm just gonna use the same brush that I use. I was looking for my beauty blender, but she probably took it too. So, and she has her own stuff. I'm like, oh, you feared your mom? Not taking it. She doesn't fear me. She's like, which I always am like, you can use it, just bring it back, you know, like bring it back, but it's okay. We'll just share. All right, like for Christmas, you get your own little concealer, and I'm going to put a little sticker on it so you know it's yours. All right, this is just going to brighten my under eyes. Get nice and fresh. Everything's popping. I still have to do my hair. I really wish I knew where we were going, because I feel like it makes it hard to know like how to get ready or what to do. But I do love surprises, and I love, like, I think it's really thoughtful if someone puts forth effort into surprising you. So, okay, going in with this deep teak bronzer. It is so pretty. You know you love a product when you like see pan. What I mean by that is like the pan at the bottom. And it's like, I have been using this for, I've probably had this one almost a year. I mean, their products are gigantic. Like they last so long and I use them all the time. It's the age your 13-year-old has the best type stuff and sometimes you take hers, right? It's like, oh, it gets worse when they can wear your clothes. So my girls are still really tiny, even though she's like in 6th grade. She's the smallest in her class. And so, but she definitely takes my sweatshirts all the time. And so I'm like, oh, I can totally see where this will be as they get older. Okay, blending all that in. If you go a little lower than what you want, just take your foundation brush and kind of buff that out. It is like such a good glow. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'll kind of work it where I want it. And then I just like to take my foundation brush and just kind of go right over the edges, just so you can't tell exactly where one began and one ended. It's just like nice and contoured. If you want like a little extra cheek, you can just brush it on. So why do you apply bronzer under your lip? So bronzer gives you a shadow. So it gives you the illusion of like deeper cheekbones or your forehead being more like, you know, you see more light on your forehead here because you contoured here, like kind of a smaller forehead. Under your lip, if you contour under that, do you see how you have more of a shadow? It just gives you like a poutier fullness. You can also, if you struggle like your double chin, especially when I was heavier, like significantly, I don't feel like I noticed my chin as much, but I just had like a resting chin. I've recently lost a good amount of weight and I don't notice it as much, but when it was just like a resting chin, I would always like slap bronzer under there because it's like, okay, we're gonna hide that with a shadow. So okay, so right now all I have on my face is their dewy primer, a little bit of concealer, some bronzer, and the foundation, the Skin Satin Foundation in the shade Coriander. Like having a good base face is so good. Do you bronzer on the cheekbone or under it? So for me, I like to go like, I like to look like this is a little more hollowed. So I stay above where my ear is here, like that little guy right here. I stay like above that, so it's kind of like right on my cheekbone, making the underneath of it look a little more. But you could do it however. Sometimes if I'm like in a big hurry, I'll just take a big fluffy brush and I just like whatever. But if I'm gonna try and get like a more sculpted look, which is what I'm going for today, that's how I do it. All right, what does everybody have going on this weekend? Anybody have fun plans? We have all the kids and there's like it's cold here actually. It's normally like hot and all of a sudden it decided to be winter. And so we have like a fake ice skating rink in our town. And so we talked about maybe taking the kids to go, I found the beauty blender by the way. We talked about taking the kids to maybe go ice skating tomorrow. I don't know. It'll depend on how cold it is. It's hard because we do have such a big age gap. Like Christian will be 15 this month and the baby will be 2. And so it's hard because what a 2-year-old likes to do and what a 15-year-old likes to do are not always the same. And so it's like always trying to find that balance. But she is at my mother-in-law's today and the baby, and she has started saying grandmom, and it is the cutest thing. And she's like kind of talking in sentences, but Adam said when he dropped her off today, she was like, grandmom, feed Annabelle, and which is the dog. And he said that his mom started crying and was like, she can say my name. Which she said bye grandmom the other day, but she was already in her van like leaving. And so I was like, oh, she's saying grandmom. And so then the other part of me is like, I cannot wait to have grandchildren. Like, can you imagine like how sweet that is? But basically Veda's just, there is a big gap and it does play like its own little parts, but I would say like our entire family all votes that we're like obsessed with her. Like, it's like, okay, well, we might not get to always go do like some of the things because we have a baby, but the other stuff that's so good is like, oh, it's so good. Ooh, take your kids to Samoa for the first time. Long trip to the other side of the world. Faye, that's exciting. Reagan, your boys are 15 years apart. That's a big, I think like that's a big gap, but like, I mean, obviously my kids are a big gap. But I think it has like its, I don't know, like I almost feel like I parent Veda, like kind of like a grandma, because it, you know, when you're first one, you're like, oh, we're gonna like do this, wash this, whatever. With her, I'm like, all right, here, have a grape. Like, I'm just so much more laid back, which I think makes me, I'm way less anxious of a parent and probably more fun. Okay, so we're going in here with the shade Apricot. If you haven't used Apricot blush, it's so beautiful. This is from OFIR. Okay, they are doing a giveaway on today's video, and you share this video, tag your friends, and the more you do, the more entries you get, but they pick a winner, and you get to pick any product that's in stock of your choice for whoever wins. I am going to put like just the tiniest bit of that pink right across, like where the sun would maybe hit your nose. Just like warm up. It's still contoured, just kind of a little more sun-kissed. Grandkids are the best. Yeah, I like, it's because I've had multiple kids before. I know, I'm like, oh, she's just like, here. She's always, you know, wherever we go, and she's just like, wherever we go, Veda goes. And so, just kind of how we roll. All right, going in with the shade Chocolate for this brows. This has like little fibers in it, and it's really good if you are like wanting to do that more natural kind of look, but I don't want my brows to look thin. You can see just like a nice little chocolate shade. So I'm doing good. Since I had surgery, I had a reduction in lift. I'm doing better. Saw some comments of how you're doing. I'm feeling really good. I'm at like 5 weeks out. I started to go to the gym, which I haven't done in like 10 years. And, well, maybe like every now and then, but like I have not consistently worked out in a really long time. And so, trying to incorporate that, I like feel good. The first week or two was rough. I'm feeling really great. And as far as follow-up pictures and stuff, it takes like a little while for your body to heal. Like you kind of look like Frankenstein if you get a lift and a reduction. And so I'm just like waiting until I have like an appointment next week. So if you're interested in following along that journey, I'll do a video next week about it. But the part, I'm like, you don't want to see like the first part. It's like, but it is looking like everything's looking really good now. Okay, so here we go. This is our What do you think? Base makeup. Now I have to decide what direction to go for our eyes. My favorite palette OFIR has is back in stock. It like sold out, and it's seriously like the lover palette. This is called the Perennial palette, and it has cool tones. It also has warm tones. It literally has anything you need to do, like just such an amazing look. And it's just so good. So we're going to use this one today. And you can use the code EYES40 as well to get 40% off. Such a good deal. Okay, I'm just putting a tiny bit of brown from this palette just to kind of like where I'm wanting a little higher arch. Not much, but I just need a little something extra. Just a little fullness there. Okay, what do you think we should do? Should we do like, I'm like leaning more towards this coppery color. I just love the way it looks on. So this palette, you can get so many different looks out of it. Okay, I'm gonna show you kind of like, we're gonna work it up because I feel like it's so good to know different ways to wear different things and how to get the most out of your palette. And so that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm gonna start with just like actually I'm gonna start with just this little color right here. It's like a champagne right here by the copper. Make sure your eyelids are smooth. See how I have creases? So it's really good to do like before you go into your full eyeshadow look. Just kind of take your finger. I don't mind that I have a little bit of light eyeshadow kind of for my lid, but by kind of tapping and pressing, it minimizes those creases. So you just started using this for the first time yesterday. You haven't used liquid foundation in years. You did OFIR's color match on the website, and you have to say it matches you perfectly because on a very smooth, you only use 1.5 pumps. Any recommendations for things that will help with fine lines, wrinkles, dark spots, redness? 50, notice some. I would say like skincare especially, but you could use, like if you're from a makeup perspective, primer is going to help your makeup to stay on longer. And then a concealer, if you have a dark spot, you want to conceal the same shade as your skin so that you don't have like a light spot over your dark spot, and that'll help. So I have no idea what my date is. I have like no clue. Just a surprise date, which I think is really fun. Okay, so when you use your finger and you press, this is like one of the best tools you can get. Use your hands. And then you're gonna get a more pigmented color by pressing than you will using like a fluffy brush. So, okay, but I am gonna use a fluffy brush for this copper, but I wanna go in with like a transition color first. So I'm gonna use this kind of warm tan, and I'm just going to put it right in my crease lightly. Just like, you can always add more. And I'm just kind of going in like a little V here. So you can always add more if you need to. But it's hard once you add too much to take it away. I love surprises too. We're normally the worst surprisers. I'm the type person that I will like buy you a gift. Like I already gave my sister her Christmas present. I already gave Adam his Christmas present. Christian last night was like, please, please, please let me just have my Christmas present. And I was so tempted to just be like, okay. Like we even started a tradition a long time ago where we opened a gift early, like every day before, like the week before Christmas. And then the kids got to play with something every day. And they kind of made like every day their new toy was like something fun. And so we did that. Like, I'm the worst. Are you good at keeping secrets and surprises or not? I'm like, not. I'm not good at it. Like, I just love giving gifts. Like, it is so, like, I love giving them. It's so fun. I'm awkward to receive them, but I love to give them. And I just love shopping for people. I love like making things for people. Adam and I are using the same trainer, and I came home today and I was like, hey, like, we were talking about his skin. Can you take him a canister of collagen? Like slap a little bow on it, and you know. And so he took him that because I was like, I think it'll really help from like the inside out. Like, I just love gift giving. It is like so good for, I just love it. I don't know. Anybody else, are you a gift giver? So Adam normally like will plan something and he'll be like, I have a surprise for you, or this fell through, or this or this. And he is really good about doing like more of a romantic guy. And, but he always like tells me this is what we're doing. And so I was really proud that today he hasn't like told me. So I'm like, oh, it's like actual surprise. Okay. I'm still just using this warm Oh, you don't even let your kids know what wrapping paper is theirs? That's amazing, Rachel. You are a good, like, secret keeper. I'm so bad. I'm like, ooh, I don't know. It just is such a long time. It's like if you buy it long time. Like, I just want you to, like, enjoy it. I just don't want to wait. But then Christmas gets here, and I'm like, nobody has anything. So I always will make sure to like hold on. Sometimes it'll just be like little stuff like, oh, here's like coloring books and new markers, or like gel pens or something, you know? And so it isn't like always a big gift that I'm giving, but I do just like love doing it. Okay, so this I would say could take you like 30 seconds altogether and would be a really great base, easy, out the door, quick, right? Slap on a little of that cream, put on a little of that smoky. It takes a long time because I talk and I read comments, but it doesn't take you a long time to do this. Now we're about to zhuzh it up. So we are going to go in with this literally the most beautiful copper color. Do you see that? A little pressing on the edges. And you can decide how much or little you want. Again, I always recommend starting with a little, work your way up. So right there. So our notifications have been weird. Did you guys get a notification today? Adam said yesterday he got a notification for the first time in like a year that I was live. But if you don't get a Facebook notification every day, if you go to CourtneySwan.com, and I have like a little button there that says like text this number, and I send out text notifications before every live. So if you don't want to miss lives, or you like this type of content, be sure you sign up for that. And then also be sure you have your notifications on Facebook turned on. Anytime you like posts, you comment on them, anything like that, it tells Facebook you want to see more of my stuff. If you hate me and you keep commenting that you hate me, you will see me more. So there you go. But I do see that sometimes. We're like, I hate this. I hate this. I wish you didn't show up in my, and I'm like, I am just gonna show up more. And so but if you do like me, then doesn't that make you kind of laugh? It makes me kind of laugh. Anyways, for all the people who are like, I do not want to see your belly button. Like, do you have a belly button? But apparently I'm the only one. But that kind of stuff. So if you like to see makeup, hair, clothes, anything like that, then when you interact, it just tells the internet, hey, I like this person's stuff. All right. So again, since I used a transition color, I can just add a little of that copper, and it's just gonna be so good. So I like for a makeup to kind of like transition and fade really nicely. So you can't really tell where one began and one ended. So that's where I do go in with just a fluffy brush. This is a super cheap fluffy brush. It doesn't have anything, just if you like the feel of it, then it works. I literally use my finger for almost everything. And then I like to make sure I'm even. So if I feel like I have a little more brightness here than over here, just kind of look at like sections of your eye. If the whole eye is overwhelming to you, like you can look at like from here to here, what do the colors look like? From here to here, you know, from here to here, from the upper part, and I like kind of break it down into sections. So I'm like, okay, I've got a little heavier with the dark right here, so I'm gonna add a little over there, and that's kind of just how I try and keep it really even. Okay, let's find some mascara. Children. I even like, I don't know. I just need to, it's not that I need to get her more of her own things. She has her own things. She just likes my things. These are both waterproof. So OFIR has a very powerful, incredible waterproof mascara. If you are going through a triathlon, if you're crying, if you have a funeral, if you have watery eyes, if you have any reason that a mascara normally comes off, if you use OFIR's waterproof mascara, it will not. It was like designed for mermaids. It stays on, stays put. I am not going anywhere like a water park or anything, and I personally do not use a waterproof mascara on the everyday. But let me see if my lovely child took my really regular day awesome OFIR mascara and left me with a waterproof. I will be a waterproof girl today. That's what it's gonna be. Welcome to having 4 children. So here we go. We're waterproofing it. There's nothing wrong with waterproof. Waterproof is great. Waterproof is just like waterproof. So what you're gonna wanna do if you use a waterproof, use some sort of cleanser to break down your waterproof mascara. So I use a Race Pre-Cleanser from POMIFERA or coconut oil. Either one of those, any sort of like oil based, let it sit for like 10, maybe 30 seconds, depending on how long you need it to, and then rub it off, and then you won't tug at your lashes at all. So if you have runny eyes, watery eyes, eyes that like you can't get your mascara to stay, you will love waterproof mascara. There are a lot of reasons and days that I will use it, like today. My first choice would be their comfortable like smudge proof mascara as an everyday. It's also my daughter's first choice, and that's why it isn't here. I think it is good for every woman to have a waterproof mascara like in their arsenal. Like having it for, because you don't know like when you're gonna need it, right? But you don't want to be going to someone's house or a lake or like a pool party or anything just in general. Like I'm going to a funeral this week. I will wear waterproof mascara for sure. My best friend growing up, and still one of my very best friends, her grandfather passed away this week, and so yesterday she came over, she like called me, and I was like, she's one of those friends, like I'm a very snuggly person, and so I'm always like, hey, you want me to love on you? And like yesterday when she called, I was just like devastated. Like I like grew up spending the night at their house. Like they were always so great to like let us borrow their cars and everything, and just like such an impact on my life. And he was just such an amazing human. Like had so many people like there for him when he passed, like just an amazing human. I will wear waterproof mascara because I will be a wreck. I was like sobbing with her yesterday, but I didn't have any mascara on. I just looked like a bridge troll when she showed up. But I think it's good to have. Like, anyways. Ooh, Yvonne used the OFIR waterproof mascara every day because one eye leaks all day. That's so, their eyeliners are also good if you have watery eyes. Their eyeliners will not budge. All right, here we go. Going in on the other eye. So their mascaras are made with castor oil, which actually lengthens and strengthens your lashes naturally. So the longer you use them, you will actually notice your lashes growing. Like, it extends your lash cycle. I did get some on my lid. Welcome to real life Facebook Live. I'll get that off. I'll show you my trick. So all of the OFIR links is just that one link that's in the description of the video. And let me see if I can pin it in the comments. But you can shop anything. Foundation, eyes. There is a code for eyes right now. It's called Eyes 40. So if you want eyeliners or foundation, I'm making a big mess. Let me see if I have my little thing. So I like to take just like I'll let it dry. So you want to wait till it's totally dry, then you can use a spoolie and it'll just come right off. I just start at the base and then kind of like pull. What's a spoolie? So it's like the other end of a wand. It's like bristly. Here's one. They're just called like a spoolie. And they're just like a little thing. And so by kind of like gently scrape, I guess. And it just like flicks off your mascara without messing up your eyeshadow. So if you get mascara on your lid, for example, I just kind of like go in here. Oh, don't get in your lashes. And just like little, like this is the motion, little flicky motion, rubbing it across, and it will just change your life because I am messy. But I also, if you take your finger and lick it or something and then you wipe it off, you're gonna mess up your makeup. Whereas doing it this way just fixes all your problems. Especially if you're messy like me. The only thing I will say is if you accidentally get into your lashes, you might have to do like one tiny little, like freshen up. Does that make sense? Like sometimes it can make your lashes go like wonky. I'm so messy. I always joke I'm like, I drop everything. I'm messy. I don't try to be. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to try not to get this on my lid and do one little like nice high lift on my lashes. just in case I pressed them down at all and I made them like look a little sadder. You just noticed my nose ring? Thanks. So I have had that. That was my like rebellion. After my divorce, so I've had it about, what, 7 or 8 years now. And it was one of those things I always wanted to do for myself. It's like kind of maybe the only rebellious thing I've ever done. But I was like, I wanted it, always wanted it. And I am going to go. Like I didn't have anybody saying I couldn't or could do it. And I just went and got it done. And so now I just have like, I used to have a diamond in it. Now I just have like a tiny little hoop. And I've had it ever since. I did recently find out from like the esthetician who does, like if I go get a facial, and she was like, if you ever do want to get rid of that, they can do a little laser and like close the hole. I was like, I had no idea that was a thing. And so, like how nifty, but I was like, I really like it. I think I'll keep it, but I have to take it out for like stuff like that, you know? And so, like, if you ever want to close that, like, oh, this was just my little, that's the wildest I've ever gotten. Adam always jokes that when he met me, he thought I was really wild because I was on a trip with my friend who her grandfather passed away. I was on a trip to Mexico with her. I got to bring along a friend. I had earned a trip from a company I worked with. And we went and I was like sending him these videos. She's crazy adventurous. Oh, there's a cat. She like skydives. She's like wild and fun and like so just brave, and I'm not. And I sent him videos of me like cliff jumping, which I sobbed like a baby for about 40 minutes before she jumped, and she was like, you're not gonna leave me down here in the water by myself. So I cliff jumped. So the only thing he saw was me like jumping off a cliff. And then I had like dyed my hair pink, and then I did a zip line, which I also cried all throughout, but from what you saw. So I sent him these videos and he was like, you like personality catfished me. Like I thought you were this like really adventurous, brave woman. And I was like, well, you definitely know now that I'm not. Like I did do those things, but if he was thinking that like we would do those things often together, no, I'm just not, but he loves me for who I am, right? That's good. And he knows I'll never, I'm just so cautious, like the most cautious person. So it's so funny. All right, we're gonna go in. This is like a little trick. It's called red clay. And it is a eyeliner, but we're gonna use it on our lips. So I'm gonna use that. And then I'm also gonna use the shade. I'm just looking for it. Have you ever had that? I think that that's kind of like, perception is totally like what we think or believe about who a person is based off of something that we saw or heard or anything. And that's why I think the internet too can be so hard, because you can perceive things to be something and you're like, oh, I had no idea somebody was going through a hard time, or oh, I thought everything was good, or oh, I thought like all these things. And it's like sometimes we only see a little portion of someone's life. So I always feel like, or sometimes they think, oh, they may be like so brave and adventurous when really they're not. So I think we have to take the internet with like, you know, a grain of salt for what is actually true. But we've been married for like the longest, and not really the longest, but almost 3 years, and we've been together like 6. So he knows by now that I'm not. And that's fine. Like, hope you're at all your skydiving out, which Adam's gone skydiving before, but I'm just not a skydiver. Would you ever go skydiving? Yay, nay, drop it below. I am a 100% hard no. Hard no in my life. I would never go skydiving. If that's what my surprise is, I would just could not do it. I would not even for $1 billion. Like, I could not. It makes me like a little panic thinking about it. I'm a nay. But my 15-year-old, that's like he's almost 15. We'll call him 14 because he's still 14 for like another 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm looking for the shade Nude Sickle, in case you're like, what is that girl like looking around for? And it's the shade Nude Sickle. And it is like so pretty. And the two together make like a perfect baby. And I love Nude Sickle with red clay, and I cannot find it. So Christian wants to go. Like he's like, when I turn 18, and I'm like, well, when you're 18. And he's like, can I go at 16? And I'm like, no. Like, sorry. I'm a hard pass on, it's a hard no for me. I don't want my kids jumping out of planes. Like, how do I keep my cat out of the tree? I have no idea, but right now my cat it's such a mess. Don't judge. Right now, I think, hey, Pumpkin. Oh, he's eating feathers, but it's from a feather shirt. Let me actually get him. Hey. No. That's mine. It's like one of those feather, it's a green feather Christmas shirt. It's so cute. He's gonna, hang on. Hey. Get out of there. Look, it's like wet. Guess he thinks it's a bird. Hey, don't even think about it. It really is so cute though. Cute little feather top. Okay, we're going in with red clay. We're just doing it. I'm going to take a sip of my drink before I do liner. Their liners last like 24-hour liners. They are so beautiful. And this color is just so pretty. So here we go. I'm going to go in. Hey, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? He's like eating. Hey, why are you eating stuff? Are you teething? Can your kittens teeth? It's like eating. It's a bra, cardboard box that you get off of bra. I have no advice for you for how to keep cats out of trees, cats out of whatever. Hey, Pumpkin, do you want to come hang out with me? Come on. Sometimes he'll like sit behind me while I do my makeup, and I really like it. And sometimes cats don't really like do trick. Like my cats do not perform. If I'm like say their name and say like, oh, come here, they're like, I've never been called that in my life. Why are you calling? What are you doing? Like that. That's all. And then when you like don't want anything to do with them, you're like, okay, I'm hot and sweaty. I'm like carrying groceries. They're like, meow. Yes, they teeth. Maybe he's teething. I don't know. I'm so sorry. Hey. What is the deal? Hey. He's like gonna ruin. Hey. So I normally make the sound with like, I have a water bottle that I spray if they get on the counter. So now, cause I'm like, sometimes not fast enough. So now I make the sound and they think I'm gonna spray them. It's like, your cats are ruining your tree. Oh, it stinks. I don't want to jinx it because mine haven't yet, but I don't want to jinx it. Okay, I'm just going in. I need to sharpen this, but I'm just like smudging. He's fired up. I know. We have 3 cats. So we have one cat that was like a feral cat that I rescued. She did not love me for the longest time, and I would take her like, I tried canned like oysters, I tried anchovies, I tried sardines, I tried cat food, she's just like not into me at all. And Adam was also, so Adam and I were neighbors. He was feeding the cat at his house, and then I would feed the cat at my house, and she would go back and forth. This was before we knew each other. So we like co-parented a stray cat. And my kids named her Watermelon Fish Sticks. And I didn't think she'd stick around, so I was like, sure, that's a great name. It's still her name. And so then she now would get to the point where I could like set food down, and then she would like at least come to it if I was still around. And then now she'll like let me hold her, pet her, whatever. And so when we moved from where we used to be neighbors, that's how we met. We were neighbors. We moved from there, and I had to capture her into like a little crate and bring her here, and with like tuna and everything. And like, she was not the type of cat you could hold at that time. Okay, so fast forward, she's now been living here several years, and I guess it's been like at least 6 years now that we've been taking care of Watermelon. And so when it gets cold, she will not come inside, ever. Never, never. I have tried getting her like 3 different cat boxes, all these things. So now that we have the baby cats, she started sneaking in the house. And I'm like, what is going on? She's not litter box trained, so luckily she hasn't had accidents. But now when it's cold outside, like, I just say, Watermelon, come on, you wanna come inside? And just as if she's done it her whole life, she's coming in the house. It's like she's been sleeping inside at night. So I'm like, what is going on? And now the baby cats are going outside and hanging out with her. So we just got this whole cat situation going on. But maybe I should put them outside for a minute. But anyways, okay, if you're looking for like a color, you should get Red Clay. Red Clay, it's eyeliner. They should have made it a lip liner. I don't know. But because it is an eyeliner, it doesn't hurt your lips. It hasn't hurt mine yet, at least. I'm not a doctor, so, but I feel like if it's safe enough for your eyes, you know, surely. But I use it on my lips, and it looks so good, and it stays on. Like, doesn't smudge. I can do all the kissing on my date I want. Nothing's happening. And then it is going nowhere. So I will have all day lippy with this color. If you can get the color Nudesicle, you can put Nudesicle right here in the middle. It is so beautiful. So anyways, it's a good one. All right, I'm gonna hop off here. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? Pumpkin, what's going on? Huh? All right, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna take the cat out. Maybe he just needs like a wildlife adventure. Share this video, comment, share it below. They are gonna pick a winner, so they'll pick a winner. You get to pick whatever product you want, and I'm gonna go out on date day. So anyways, and I'm gonna deal with this cat, you guys. But also another thing about this is because the liner doesn't smudge, I'm the worst to get lipstick on my teeth. And you don't have to worry about this with this. If you had a big meeting or just anything that you don't want lipstick on your teeth, because that's kind of like embarrassing, like no smudge. Do you see that? If you had on lipstick, you would have it all over. I need to like screen record that. But you know what I mean? Like eat a sandwich, drink some soup, all of it. Nothing. Like going nowhere. Anyways, it's the color Red Clay. It's listed under the eyeliners, but not the lip liners, but you could use it on your under eyes as well, or wherever you want to, but it is beautiful on your lips. So anyways, hope you guys have a good day. I had fun getting ready with you. And I will keep you updated on what the surprise was. So anyways, bye guys.